All right, we're gonna get into this. So, rolling with Burke here, and he is a fantastic rolling partner. So, if you can't tell, he's very strong. So I have to be different about how I approach some of my entries. And you see here, I sneak into the guillotine, obviously. I'm putting it on slowly, but you'll see I isolate my hips down into one leg so I can basically extend his leg, basically pressuring my hips closer to him. The closer my hips are, the tighter most guillotines get. I do say most, not all. Anyway, so we're standing back up, and again, I'm trying to gain better head position and work to the outside. Obviously, I can't always work to the outside, so again, get that overhook, and that overhook feeding me in right into that that guillotine position. So, and in that guillotine position, we're gonna talk about it for a little bit, because he's getting ready for competition, and I'm threatening a bunch of these guillotines so he can understand that, like, this is one of the big submissions that might get him. It gets a lot of wrestlers and a lot of new people. Obviously, it's like not just a new person submission. Here I show that you can just spam on them. You can just jump on it. Super easy to get. But like, I'm not finishing it, and here I'm trying to be cheeky and go into a crucifix. Brick is one of the few people who is strong enough to do a standing crucifix. Like, I was literally on a crucifix on him and he was standing. That's how strong this young man is. He's a specimen to behold, basically. So, yeah, so quite strong. I was being cheeky with that crucifix thing, but now we're working on maintaining the inside position, making sure there's no clear lines to the hips. As you see right now, he has the clear line to my hips, but I address this by working my way in, and I never let him have both out. And you see he drops levels, but he can't come into me because one of head and arm frame. And then here he tries to rotate to the side, but I come in to double unders. I don't quite solidify this position, so he gets to work one of those double unders off, and because of that, we feed right into the guillotine again. As you see, we're not cranking on the submissions so much. There's no need. They're basically like, hey, this is right here, and you see here I'll use his arm, but I'm not overpowering his arm, so I can't. So I isolate the head and rotate, and he said, "You're silly." But right here, he does something really good. He gets his hips above mine and controls this. Unfortunately, he can't pin my feet down, basically. So then I get my hips above him, and then we start going to this. So I take bottom, but I'm in bottom on basically arms. And then I rotate and come into mount, but we're literally basically off the mat. So I basically just stand up. There was no submission there. We're just working different stuff. Here you're gonna see he is getting that head posture really low, and then he's trying to isolate one of my arms away from the body. I'm not entirely sure like how useful it is to like pressure one's hand at the wrist. I try to roll and do a fucking judo throw that I can't do because I'm not good. So here I baited the leg again, and because I put it to the outside, it makes jumping into this guillotine super easy. Here I'm talking to him, and he just said no, he just lets me down. I said thanks. And then you'll see my hands are actually really wide here. That might look like it's something. That's me dealing with hand cramps most of the time. I'm not trying to be silly or nothing, but my hands get real tight. And you'll see here he gets on for like an arm for Americana, but because he can't solidify, I use that to go for almost like a knee tap, but I don't succeed because I never knee tap anybody. I need to do more practice with it because I do most of my takedowns from the upward position. But that's a testament to how like good his stuff is, because I don't ever go for knee taps, and he does a leg trip on me and super solid. I was being cheeky with him, saying, you know, like, why don't you take me down? He says, all right, and he just takes me right down. So again, very skilled. Used a nice easy leg trip. Hey Silas. Anyway, so here I get him in a triangle because he was leaning too far forward and didn't control my hips, so I obviously shot up above, and that was the end of the roll.